really think that the Knicks are a legit finals threat?
Yes, I do. Now, that's not to say I'm going to give them the edge over the Boston Celtics. I mean, I'd need to get drug tested if I said that. But last time I checked, Porzingis is not healthy right now. That compromises Boston to some degree. Obviously, Giannis and Dame are home because primarily because they were injured, but they never got it going. The Indiana Pacers are not a team to be ignored. I recognize that. But if I'm looking at the New York Knicks, their grit, their toughness, their willingness to be in it. You got to remember, 87-64 advantage on the offensive boards, 115-73 in second chance points against the Philadelphia 76ers in this series, okay? They grinded. They found a way. Up 22. Lose in the first quarter. Kendrick Perkins calling me. Look, they came ready. Got me hyped. But we were both cautious. Both of us were cautious. We pumped the brakes a little bit because we knew what could happen. And sure enough, the New York Knicks lost the damn lead by halftime. But they came back. They withstood. They looked in the face of adversity. You remember Al Pacino in Any Given Sunday? The 6 inches in front of your face. You remember that? This is what happens. That level of adversity that you got to overcome to ultimately become prosperous and to achieve great things. The New York Knicks have found a way. And it always comes with a little bit of luck. And so when you look at Porzingis and him being unhealthy, when you look at the Indiana Pacers and you're wondering about them defensively, when you're looking at the grit and the grind of the New York Knicks, when you're looking at those Villanova boys with Brunson, obviously DiVincenzo, Hart with the big-time three at the top of the key being contested by Kelly Oubre, it doesn't matter. Whatever can happen will happen. And the New York Knicks go to the second round. They got a chance. They got a chance.
Go ahead, Big Perk. President of New York.
No, go ahead, Sinead. Go ahead,
Sinead.
Sinead. I want to hear you.
Sinead, we miss you, Sinead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Take it away.
Look, it's ironic that in this matchup, when we think about Philly, the phrase was trust the process. But the truth is also that good things come to those who wait. New York waited. They trusted the process. And now, I said this earlier, the basketball gods of Spalding and Wilson are smiling upon Jalen Brunson and this team because they play basketball the right way. They are chip on their shoulder guys. They are guys that believe in chemistry being the ultimate predictor and dictator of wins. They are people that play with confidence. And that is totally the encapsulation of New York City. I mean, it's crazy because, you know, Stephen A., we talk about New York City. It's all about the hustle. It's all about the movement. It's about moving and shaking. But they took their time in designing this squad, and they got their leader in Jalen Brunson. How tremendous has he been? Not just for the numbers he put up. 42 points per game on the road. I think 35 overall in this series. But he's doing this at 6'2", going up against 6'7", 7 feet wingspan, and then a Joel Embiid in the paint, being able to deliver. More importantly, he scored or assisted on 53% of the New York Knicks offense. This was by design, not just from putting this assembly of a team together, but also designed by Jalen Brunson. You can just see how much work he puts in every year to get better and better. And also, it's the playoff performances over the course of his career that continue to get better just by those historic numbers of his achievement in this series alone.
You know, Sinead, Stephen A., y'all know I grew up in Beaumont, Texas, right? Raised by my grandparents on 3369 Glenwood, okay? And we attended a church called Our Mother of Mercy, all right? And every morning, Sunday morning, my grandmother used to sing, I've been talked about, but thank you, Lord. I've been misunderstood, but thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. He's been so good to me. He's been so good to me. You know why? Because I've been called everything but a child of God since I've been preaching about the New York Knicks. And I'm talking about way since they signed Jalen Brunson. I'm talking about this year when I was telling everybody, damn it, he has been the best player in the Eastern Conference. I've been preaching about how he should be in the MVP conversation. I've been preaching about how Leon Rose and Worldwide West have built a winning culture over here, how Tom Thibodeau has established and demanded this locker room, how those Villanova boys are shining like new money, how Isaiah Hardenstein and Mitchell Robinson is going to anchor that defense. And the question, and my answer to this question is hell yeah, there are threats. You know why? Because when you have a game manager and a game changer all in one, and that's Big Body Brunson, you have a chance to win any series. When I watch this man and what he just did to Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, a duo who balled out, he overcame the odds, especially on the road. When I'm watching what OG Anunoby is bringing to the table right now, the ultimate 3-and-D guy. Right now, Jalen Brunson is leading the league in the playoffs in scoring, and he's doing it in great fashion. And I keep telling everybody, it's not the size of the player, it's the heart inside of the player. I'm too wise, and I done been through too many playoff games, 129 of them I started in, to jump the gun. But I will say this, damn it, Knicks in 6 when it comes down to the pace.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right, but there's a couple of very, very key pivotal points that I have to address. Now, this is your little big brother talking to you, Kendrick Perkins. You know, you come to me a lot, all right? No more singing. No more singing like that. None of that.
I didn't think it was that bad, Stephen.
Let me give Big Perk a word. Perk, you gonna smile at this. You gonna smile at this. You know, there was a singer once that was as big as you. You understand what I'm saying? That was automatic. He was money. It was Barry White. He talked, and that brother was special. All you got to do is talk, Perk. You ain't got to sing. Trust me on this. Follow my advice. Ask the wife. She'll agree with me. I'm trying to tell you. I'm looking out for you. I'm looking out for you. Now, let me get to the second point here. Because when you bring up, when you bring up Big Body Brunson and all that, DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, give him a lot of love, a lot of credit. 11 of 22 from
Yes.
They showed up yesterday, no doubt about it. Hartenstein, even though he was driving me crazy and getting owned by Joel Embiid, a lot of effort out there, a lot of second chance points. I mean, LG Anunoby, we've got to give him some love. Oh, my Lord. This brother and his willingness to defend, the effort that he put forth. And listen, he could have shot the three, went in for that dunk, got the and one as well. Big time play for the New York Knicks, make no mistake about it. But in the end, this is my concern, though. Brunson, he is who he is. And obviously, you want to rely on him. It was at times, the ball looked like hot potato to everybody else. And that was making me nervous. Because I'm like, wait a minute now. Help him. Help him. Don't just give it to Brunson and run him. Help him. DiVincenzo, grab the ball. Hart, grab the ball. Don't run from it. You can hit free throws, too. See DiVincenzo go to the free throw line and act like he's Steph Curry. One bounce. Bow. The free throws, he wasn't worried about it. That's how you got to be, especially against Indiana, because we can't act like these brothers cannot score. They can score. The New York Knicks at times have problems scoring. That's what could make this series very interesting.
And it's the bodies. If we're talking about Big Body Brunson, you have to worry about the bodies of the Pacers. They are great with fast break points and, more importantly, great with bench points. After the Knicks won a long series that was bump and grind, particularly going up against a physical defense in Embiid, you have to look at how that impacts them against the bodies in transition and then also the bodies coming off of the bench. Got to
rebound. Okay, so they can't get out on a break. And you got New York Knicks, one of the slower paced teams in the league this year. Slow it down. Don't try to run with these brothers because you're only playing 7 or 8. And by the way, Kendrick, can Thibodeau throw in Precious Achiuwa? Could you put him in the game? Would be nice.
Listen, first thing first, okay? He's going to get his chance, okay? But in a game like that on the road, damn it, Tibbs, you got to go with what you know. You got to go with your guys. And if they don't ask to come out of the game, damn it, you don't take them out of the game. Now, let me tell you this. The one thing I will tell y'all is that I'm not taking anything from the Indiana Pacers. But the one harp and gripe that I've been having for the Milwaukee Bucks is they never addressed the real problem. I understand that Giannis Antetokounmpo was hurt and Dame Dollar got injured, but they never addressed the 3-and-D guy, right? They never address their perimeter defense. And when you look around the league, all the teams that are having success right now, they have those guys, whether that's the Denver Nuggets, and when you're looking at Caldwell Pope and Aaron Gordon, the Minnesota Timberwolves, we know the dogs that they have around the perimeter. We're looking at the kid Jones and P.J. Washington with the Dallas Mavericks. And so when you're trying to get to where you're trying to go, and we know the perimeter defense that the Celtics have, you got to have dogs. Milwaukee didn't have that. The New York Knicks got them, a bunch of Rottweilers.